All right, we've got a lot to talk about today because Indiana Fever Chief of Staff Sarah Myer recently did an interview that has people talking all over the place. She spoke on the Indiana Fever, she spoke on Caitlin Clark, and she spoke on the impact that Caitlin Clark has had not just on the team, but on the entire city of Indianapolis and honestly the league as a whole. And as we continue to hope that a deal gets done so that we can actually see Caitlin Clark on the court for the 2026 WNBA season, it's important to really sit down and process what was said here. Because this wasn't just some fluff interview. This was somebody on the inside telling you exactly how big this moment has been.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
How exciting was it when Caitlin Clark became a part of the Fever?
I'm going to be honest with you. I had to, when I got the news, I had to pull my car over because I was freaking out so much. I was just, because not only was it huge for the Fever, but I think we all knew what this could mean for the city. Just being able to, when you go to a game, so you should definitely come here for an Indiana Fever game sometime. But first of all, the line for the fan shop to get merch, it starts hours before the game. We typically will have, we have people from all 50 states, and I think last year it was 44 countries come to an Indiana Fever game.
Sarah Myer talked about the moment she found out Caitlin Clark was coming to the Indiana Fever, and she didn't give some calm, rehearsed corporate response. She said she literally had to pull her car over because she was freaking out so much. Think about that for a second. This is the chief of staff of a professional organization telling you that she couldn't safely drive because the news was that big. That alone tells you everything you need to know about what Caitlin Clark represents internally. This wasn't just excitement about drafting a talented player. This was the realization that the franchise, the city, and the visibility of the team were about to change permanently. She even joked about how you can't be driving on the freeway when you get news like that because you might crash into somebody. You've got to pull over and collect yourself. And honestly, she wasn't wrong. This is the type of news organizations dream about. This is the kind of moment teams wait decades for. It's the equivalent of finding out you just land. It's a generational talent, someone who doesn't just play the game but changes the entire environment around the game. Sarah Myer made it clear that this wasn't only huge for the Fever. This was huge for the city of Indianapolis. She talked about what game days look like now. The Fever fan shop lines start hours before tip-off. People are lining up just to buy merchandise. Fever merchandise, WNBA merchandise. That wasn't the reality before Caitlin Clark arrived. She also said they had fans from all 50 states and more than 40 countries attend Indiana Fever games last season. That's not local hype, that's global reach. That's worldwide attention being brought directly to Indianapolis. And this is where the conversation gets uncomfortable for some people, because once you start talking about global reach and economic impact, it's no longer about opinions. Caitlin Clark didn't just boost attendance, she boosted businesses. Downtown restaurants are making more money, hotels are booked, events are being brought to the city. All-star opportunities start showing up. Everybody starts winning when Caitlin Clark shows up. That's why the comparisons that people kept forcing never made sense. This isn't just basketball. This is economic transformation. Sarah Myer even said they call it Clarkonomics in Indiana. Colleges are literally doing studies on the economic impact Caitlin Clark has had on the city and the state. That's not hype. That's data. Indiana is already a basketball state. Everybody knows how serious Indiana is about basketball. But Caitlin Clark didn't just fit into that culture. She elevated it. She amplified it. She brought a new level of attention that even a basketball-crazy state hadn't seen before. She also talked about what it means to see packed arenas filled with little girls and boys, watching women thrive at the professional level. She mentioned how growing up, women's basketball games didn't look like this. They weren't sold out. They weren't electric. Now you've got full arenas, kids wearing jerseys, families traveling across the country just to attend a Fever game. That matters. That visibility matters. And Caitlin Clark has been a massive driver of that change. Another important point Sarah Myer made was about Caitlin Clark showing up for the community. She's not just there for games and then disappearing. She's attending Big Ten football championship games. She's showing up to Butler games. She's around, she's present, she's engaged. And what makes that even more interesting is that Caitlin Clark is openly a Kansas City Chiefs fan. She's not even a Colts fan. And Indianapolis still rolled out the red carpet for her. That tells you everything you need to know about how much the city embraces her. She earned that love. And let's be real about something that keeps getting danced around. You can debate who the best player is. You can argue A'ja Wilson. You can argue Nafisa Collier. You can talk about stats and matchups all day. What you cannot debate is that Caitlin Clark is the face of women's basketball. Period. Not the face of a team. Not the face of a market. The face of the sport. And honestly, she's damn near the face of basketball overall. Outside of LeBron James and Steph Curry, there aren't many players who move the culture the way Caitlin Clark does. MVPs matter, but visibility matters more. Cultural impact matters more. Sarah Myer also talked about the pressure Caitlin Clark carries at such a young age, the constant attention, the cameras, the expectations, the speaking engagements, the panels, the global spotlight, and yet she handles it with poise. She handles it with professionalism. That's not easy. That's rare. And that's another reason people gravitate toward her. She understands what she represents, and she handles it without running from it. Then there's the practice facility. The Indiana Fever are building their own facility set to open in 2027. Let's stop pretending here. If Caitlin Clark did not get drafted to the Fever, that facility does not exist. They'd still be sharing space, still operating like an afterthought. Caitlin Clark forced investment. She forced organizations to take women's basketball seriously. And that's exactly why the CBA situation is so tense. Players know the money is coming in. They know who's bringing it in. And now, everybody wants more. Now I'll say this. Outside of Sarah Myer, I still have my side eye on certain people in that organization. Amber Cox, Kelly Krauskopf, Stephanie White. That whole situation didn't sit right with me. It felt coordinated. It felt forced. It felt like people came in trying to fix something that wasn't broken. And because of that, I'm always going to be watching closely. Maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe time will tell. But trust has to be earned. That being said, Sarah Myer came across as genuine, passionate, and honest. She spoke openly about Caitlin Clark's impact, not just as a player, but as a force. She didn't downplay it. She didn't sugarcoat it. She said what everyone already knows. Caitlin Clark changed everything. So get down in the comments and let me know what you think about what Sarah Myer had to say about Caitlin Clark. Do you agree? Do you think her impact is being fully acknowledged? Or do you think the league is still playing catch-up? This is the NBA Hoops Dynasty. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel. We'll see you in the next one.